Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting video that I get to make. Today marks the completion of 1 year of nursing school. Yay! So I just finished second semester, and if you don't know, I am enrolled in a 2-year program, so for an associate's, and I just finished second semester, the first year of nursing school, and whew, even now I still can't believe that I've gone this far, but I've been passing my classes. Here I am. And if you know, in nursing school there's no you can't just wing it in nursing school. You need to know your stuff. So here I am. It's validation that I made it this far. So basically I'm just gonna go over what happened during the second semester and a little bit of a life update as well, because I think it goes hand in hand. So let's get started. Alright, so for starters, first semester was actually a normal 16-week course, and then second semester it was broken down into 2 8-week courses. So I had peri-op and OB and peds, and our cohort was split into 2 different sections. So for example, me, I took peri-op the first 8 weeks, and then I took OB and peds the second 8 weeks. But some people had it the other way around, where they had OB and peds first and then they rotated to peri-op. So it just depends. But I had the peri-op first and then OB and peds. Okay. It might be a little bit confusing, but I hope you're keeping along. I had lecture twice a week. I had it Mondays and Thursdays, and I had clinical once a week on Tuesdays, which was 12 hours. I mean, I worked 12 hours, but this was not 12 hours because the nurses, they wouldn't get onto the floor until 7 in the morning, but we would have to be there at 6 in the morning to research our patient for 45 minutes or 50 minutes, and then we would do the huddle and then go onto the floor. So you have to be at the hospital at 6 a.m. so you have to wake up extra early. I would wake up at 4:30 to give me enough time to eat, because I always have to eat my breakfast. And then I had to walk to the hospital, and that takes some time. So I would wake up at 4:30 and I wouldn't get home until 8 p.m. So that's a long day. So yeah, they say 12 hours, but it's longer than that. It's way longer than that. And Wednesdays was my off day, but not really, because I had to do all my clinical paperwork because it was due on Thursday. So my Wednesday went away and I was doing that. And I think Friday was my actually off day. Well, off. I was studying, but you know what I mean. I was off. And I was also working during this time. I worked day shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Usually I would keep it once a week. I'm not part-time or full-time. It's a little bit less. It's called per diem. I don't know if that's a universal term, but here it's called a per diem. So I'm only required to work 4 shifts a month, and 2 of them have to be weekends. So it was manageable for me. It was only once a week, so not too bad. And then during this time, sorry, they're doing lawn mowing outside. Hopefully you can't hear that. During this time, during the first 8 weeks, I actually had my wedding. So last year in December, me and my husband, we got married through the court, because I wanted to take his last name and I wanted to do all the paperwork before nursing school. So I got all of that done, but the party was in September. So I guess you could say during first semester I was doing wedding planning, but it wasn't that much. During spring break of first semester, I actually got a lot of done, but the majority of it, I left it for summer break, so I didn't interfere too much. Once the wedding was nearing, everything was getting stressful, because you have to make sure everything is accounted for and yada yada. You have to make sure that the venue is on top of things, and just a lot of wedding stuff that I didn't think was gonna happen, but everything was everything just blew up. But everything went fine. I enjoyed my weekend. So actually, my first exam was on a Thursday, and my wedding was on that Saturday. So I was just hoping that I would pass my exam so I didn't have to worry about it over the weekend. Luckily, I passed it. So that weekend I had Really not, well, I mean, I was thinking about school, but not so much. I just enjoyed my wedding and it was such an amazing time. And people call me crazy for doing my wedding during nursing school, but the date had already been picked even before I was in nursing school. At that time when we picked the date, we didn't know, well, I didn't know if I was going to be applying for the spring semester or the fall semester. It ended up being the spring semester and I got accepted, but the wedding date was already picked, so I just had to push through. And I found it manageable. We didn't have a wedding planner. We did everything ourselves and it seemed to work. We did it ourselves and it seemed okay. Alright, so that was everything for the first 8 weeks. And then I passed peri-op, so I moved on to OB and Peds. Now, OB and Peds, again, I had lecture Monday, Thursdays, but this time I had clinical twice a week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays from 12 to 7, so 7-hour clinical day. And then OB, we had 4 weeks of clinical. That was once a week, 12 hours, and I think it was on Wednesdays. And then the other 4 weeks was Peds, which was Tuesday, Wednesday, 12 to 7. Yeah, that was the correction, sorry. At the end of October, I applied for a new job. And then I think like a week later, I got the interview. In November, they called me, they offered me the position, and I accepted. So, I am now working in a labor and delivery unit as a tech. And I was working days, but now I'm switching back to night shifts. I say moving back because I actually started working nights for a year and a half, and then I switched to days, and now I'm going back to nights. So by the end of third semester, I will have something to report back on because I don't know how that's gonna go. I hope it'll be okay, but I don't know. In my head, this is the plan. I'll be studying for the day, take a nap, and then I'll go to work. Hopefully that'll work out. So before I would have to do 4 shifts a month. Now I have to do 6. So I'm actually working more. So I don't know how that's gonna go. So I got a job offer in November, and my orientation date was supposed to be in December on the week of my finals. So let me tell you how that was. So Monday I had lecture. My orientation day was supposed to be on a Tuesday, kind of like an 8-hour day, but I can't because I have clinical and I don't want to miss clinical. It's like the last week, so it's going to be hard to make up the hours, and I didn't want to go through that. And I seriously thought that they were going to be like, oh, well, sorry, we need someone who's available for this day, but they were so sweet. They were able to work with my schedule, and so they split up my orientation into 2 days. So remember, this is the week of my finals. So Monday I had lecture. Tuesday, Wednesday I had orientation from 8 to 11:30 in the morning, and then clinical 12 to 7. And then on Thursday was my final. And somewhere in all of that, I had to find time to study for my final, and at the same time finish up my clinical paperwork. Like, what? I know. It was, again, another stressful time, but I think I work best under stress. I don't know. But I managed to do it. I passed my exam, and here I am. So, yeah, it was just like an intense week. And here I am, and I passed. I thought going into OB and Peds, not necessarily the pediatric portion, but the OB portion, that's something that I wanted to do, like women's health. But once I had clinicals, I don't know. I'm kind of changing my mind. I know I've heard this saying before, like you go into nursing school and you know what you want, but once you go into clinical, it'll change your mind. And I thought that wouldn't happen to me because I was like set on doing women's health. I was like, no, it's okay. This is what I want to do. I don't see myself doing anything else. And then once I had the rotation, I don't know. I like it. but I don't know. For me, it seemed a little bit slow. But then I tell myself, well, you're just a student. They don't let you do that many things. Once you're actually a nurse, for example, in L&D, you'll be monitoring the fetal heart rate every half an hour. In postpartum, you'll have your 4 patients. It'll be busy. So, I don't know. And that's why I'm excited because, like I said, I got a new job in labor and delivery. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So if you think you like something and you're not going to change your mind about it, it might happen to you. I didn't think it would happen to me, but here I am where I'm just like, well, I don't know if I want to do it or not. But you know what? It's okay because nursing, there's so many options that it's okay. And I'm only in school right now. I still have like a whole year to figure out exactly where I wanted and which direction I want to go. So it's okay. It's okay. But I just wanted to share my experience. I might be changing my mind. Who knows? And the last thing that I want to touch on is for everyone who is currently in nursing school right now. I don't know if you've heard, but I'm gonna tell you right now. My professor, he went to a nursing, like the NCLEX update meeting board or whatever. And they were saying that the NCLEX is now going to be 50 select all that applies. And I'm just like, because they barely changed that this year. And the select all that applies is not my strong point. So I'm just like, oh my god. So my school is changing our program. So basically in first semester, 10% of the questions is going to be select all that apply. Second semester 20%, third semester 30%, and 40%, or fourth semester 40% to prepare you for the 50% on the NCLEX. So I'm kind of worried about third semester because that's not really my high point. So yeah, I don't know what to expect of that, but just to let you know, you just select all that apply. That's gonna be your best friend. And I think that's all that I had for this semester. I'm on winter break. I don't go back until the last week of January, so I have like a month and a couple weeks, so I'm just so ready. It was my first time experiencing like an 8-week course in nursing school because I thought a regular 16-week was like kicking my butt. But no, 8-week courses, ugh, it's intense because you don't have room for like taking breaks really. And all of you, if you're like in an accelerated program, props to you. I don't know how you do it because 8-week courses, I get tired of it. I get like burnt out midway. I'm just like, I need a break. And actually third semester for us, it's gonna be another 8-week course. But I don't know my schedule yet because they pick our schedule for us. So another 8-week course to look forward to. And I think that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.